who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the genitorium. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. And a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue traitor of the blessed house von Valancius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue traitor. Yo, look at me, the friggin' sun rays behind me. The blessed rogue traitor. I'm reading my options, hang on. Extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care and thereby all of Foulstone with them. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant and unsealed the airlocks and opened the gate to his abode and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work. In accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct, they erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone. The people rejoiced, and all was good. It was good. Whoa, what? Foulstone.
Sublime!
That... the moment that window popped up, that sound effect played. I thought it was the game for like a half second. Colonies. Only certain worlds, usually the most habitable, are suitable for establishing thriving colonies ripe for development. Completing projects and colony events can earn the Rogue Trader unique rewards that cannot be obtained through any other means. Projects are the backbone of colony development. Completing them requires resources that can be obtained by exploring planets and cosmic anomalies. Completing a project takes time. While you continue your travels throughout the Cronus Expanse, you receive a notification on your screen when a project's finished, informing you the reward can be claimed. How do I have to come back and visit this location when it's done? The Void Ship will get 5% crit against Chaos enemies. Plus 30% to the Prow Shield sector. You can check with Y. $1,000 Jerusians. Infernical. A flamer. The powerful, influential cult of Saint Drusus is willing to take the young abode of faith under its wing. However, the Order of the Hammer accepts these gifts with caution, wary of the figure of Drusus eclipsing their own patron saint Cognatius in the hearts of the flock. The Ecclesiarchy lacks a capital in the Cronus Expanse from which to guide the faithful. If Foulstone ascends to the status of Cardinal World, the Adeptus Ministorum will ensure the prosperity of their new planetary stronghold. Heretics will tremble when they hear of the alliance between House von Valancius and the Ecclesiarchy. No one in the entire Cronus Expanse will make a worthier guardian of a sanctuary of faith than the head of House von Valancius. A marvelous basilica will be erected in his honor in the world's capital city. It will be decorated with a grand twin statue of the Emperor and the Rogue Trader. Thousands of practitioners and priests will say his name in their daily prayers and bring him revered gifts. Yes, praise me. There we go. So I can start another thing, but I have to wait till the old thing's done, I think. Okay, so we've got a colony. You can use Y to access the screen. Got it. Thank you. As Zodiac just told me also. Scan. Do you want to set up extractor for plasteel? A natural accumulation of irregularities on a solid planetary surface has been detected. Probability of occurrence of natural materials high. We've already got something extracting plasteel. So I don't think I need more of that. So I think I'll save my limited extractor for now. Alright, let's go back to the warp map. Alright, quick save. You have 0? Bar at top. What? But I have an extractor. It's gonna make more. Right? Like over time? Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. Since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I prepared a detailed report. Planet does, extractors doesn't. Wait, what? I don't understand that. Is this not a game where I put the extractor down and it continues to give me resources over time? Is that not how it works? Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Unit 5. Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters.
I actually want to play this game at some point. So I will leave this here and go. Cheers, Muck.
That you're the support turn, I understand. You don't want spoilers. You have -5 plasteel from contract. I mean... Okay, so I'm confused, because like I've got the extractor still at the first plasteel planet. If it's not doing anything, I need to go get the extractor back. If it is doing something, then I assume I leave it there and it's going to get more plasteel over time. After which he went to his living quarters, he killed his family and then shot himself. What? The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions and the void ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions. Hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was reported on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you'd like, you can ask Master Rosarian directly. If I may, Lord Captain, the Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety and for that of Lady Cassia herself. I wish those conversations didn't occur while it's like this. It's doing something, but you have a contract that's using it. I thought the contract was for a one-time delivery. I guess that's not it. Why does this conversation happen during all the hissing noises? Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. What's the story about Lady Theodora? Rumors of Lady Theodora's presence on the Void Ship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblers. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you, or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the Void Ship's shields will not be operating at full capacity. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want unnecessary deaths. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Rosarian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire void ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped and the people return to their direct duties or replaced. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement among the neighboring crews. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Alright, I'll go back to that. So I thought the contracts were just like a one-time thing. No, it went into the... I didn't go around the thing. Oh my god. Alright, I'll try this one more time. I thought the contract was just like, they're like, hey, I need a barrel of apples. And I'm like, here's some apples. I didn't think they were going to continue draining my apples. How's the tooth, by the way? Bluebell, it is much better.
Hold fast. Our
I'm having to
faith will
still
be tested.
chew with the left side of my mouth only. So, it's annoying.
Twisted song. Commence torpedo launch. Sail upon the seas of void.
Like, day one, it, like, my jaw, after the surgery, my jaw hurt, like, all the time. However, like, and I was taking painkillers and stuff. Now, it only hurts if I try to chew with the right side of my mouth, so it is better. I'm glad you guys told me about that destruct button. That definitely helps.
Initiate macro cannon barrage! Engage the macro cannons!
Alright, I'm starting rebooting the shields.
Brace yourself.
Alright, I got new shields up now.
Initiate macro cannon barrage! Engage the macro cannons!
Wow, that is 0.
Drown them in the void. Void Master, if you please.
A torpedo can hit that one. Nice.
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
Oh, we could end this right now.
The symphony
Look.
of macro cannons.
Nice.
No one can outmaneuver.
Yo, I died on that
House
fight so many
Orselia.
times earlier. Unholy Amulets 3. Mars Pattern Macro Battery. Wait. Oh no, wait, is the thing on the right, I think, is what I got. I think the thing on the left is what I currently have. So I can put stronger guns on one side of my ship. If I'm understanding this right. So that's the old engine. That's the old array. So I can upgrade either the port or starboard guns. Alright. I guess I'll upgrade the port ones. And then sell those. Choose a flagship common post ability. Reinforced shields. A chosen sector of the flagship's void shields is reinforced until it suffers damage. The reinforced sector has an increased chance of absorbing enemy attacks and loses only half strength when absorbing damage. Using this ability removes any previous reinforcement. New heading. While moving, the flagship may make its next turn at 90 degrees instead of 45. Warp wave. Flows of the Immaterium cause an enemy ship to immediately turn 45 or 90 degrees depending on their maneuverability. If the enemy ship has hull damage, the abrupt turn additionally deals damage. Okay. Arc Augury. The flagship's next shot gains +2 range. Get reinforced shields. Choose another one. New heading. Okay. On top of firing weapons, ship combat involves using abilities from various ship posts occupied by trusted officers. Increase your ship's level to gain access to new abilities. Each post can have up to 2 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability assigned to it. Only 1 ability from each post can be used per round. The cooldown time for an ability can be used again is determined randomly and can take up to 3 rounds. I had people in these spots. Why are they gone? Maybe when you changed equipment, it unequipped the hero? Maybe? Try that. Alright, quick save. Alright, was going to Rocky World with a Plasteel. Okay, alright, so that's done. So I guess I had a misunderstanding of how the mining worked in this game. I thought it would just like, I don't know, every 30 minutes it would give you 2 plasteel as long as that extractor was there, you know, something like that. Alright, F5. Here. Lord Captain, we have an emergency. We've received word that there has been a sighting on the lower decks. The Vox Master's voice breaks. Of Lady Theodora. The messages we received are incomplete and vague, little more than yelling and hysterical claims. There are reports of casualties and unrest. The compartment in question has already been sealed off, but I thought you might want to look at what's going on for yourself. The situation is delicate, and what's especially disturbing is there are mentions of Idira Tlass being present at the scene. I'll deal with it personally. Give me the exact location. Right away, Captain. So I can't bring Idira because she's already there, apparently. A message has come to the bridge reporting that the departed rogue trader has appeared on the ship. Alright, so Heinrichs is leveled up. Try defensive stance on him. Noticing the skill grenade, your first grenade thrown in combat does not use AP. And I'm remembering that guy that hit me with 3 grenades in 1 turn. This would explain how he was able to use 2, but I still don't know how he hit me with 3. Wait, why does it say that we can get Psi rating 2? It says it requires character level 20, but he's level 16. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. Alright, grab everybody.
What lies beyond?
The instrument terminal, an important part of the compartment's internal infrastructure, appears to be in working order. The cogitators regularly display reports on the screens, endless chains of symbols, many of which only high-ranking tech priests can likely understand. And who now deigns to grace us with their presence? Another gaggle of heretics and traitors thirsting to get their due for what they've done. Or is it the leader himself who's finally grown tired of hiding behind others? Theodora von Valancius is before you, and she looks grotesque. A hole yawns wide in her chest, rusted hooks protrude from beneath her skin, and a lumpen, inflamed scar cuts across her throat. The figure flickers as though it is dropping in and out of this reality. She looks at you with the whitish eyes of a corpse and smiles venomously. Rogue traitor! We meet at last! I've grown tired of waiting for you to pay me a visit. Theodora's voice is appraising, and her mocking tone turns to one of distaste. Indeed, centuries of selfless toil and effort, and everything I left behind has gone to this non-entity. Argenta's eyes spark with fury. Warp illusion, be gone! Argenta, my dear, there's no need to make such a fuss. Why don't we sit down over a cup of recaf like we used to? I'll listen to your rapturous tales of sacred relics, portents, and your special path. You must have been so lonely without me here. No one else is willing to listen to your ravings or help you with your childish treasure hunt. Theodora laughs melodiously, almost without mockery. At the sight of the terrifying Theodora, Abelard's face turns sickly pale. Throne spare us from the accursed apparitions of the archenemy. Is that what you are truly praying for? I can hear how fast your heart is pounding, Wersaria, and I think deep down you hope this apparition never ends. We have already met. Of course, boy, for it was I who gave the order to bring you here to my ship. Oh, how I rue that decision now, and how I regret heeding the advice of my seneschal. Abelard whispers hurriedly to you. How can this be? It is the same vision as on the officer's deck, and yet entirely different. Why does it not remember that meeting? And why does it remember what the real Lady Theodora did? Alas, my glorious voyage throughout life was ended in the dullest possible way, by death. A nuisance I staved off as long as I could, but do not weep for me, my boy. I am keeping an eye on my property, and punishing all those who failed me. Theodora bares her rotten teeth in a snarl, laughter piercing. You're not Theodora. Theodora is dead. There's no coming back from that. I'm dead? How is that? I'm no different from those who have not yet crossed the divide between reality and eternity. I see, I speak, I remember the wrongs you all committed against me, and for all those who have failed me, I have already begun exacting my retribution. I truly am Theodora, the remnants of herself that she left behind in this world. I'm an echo of her memories preserved in the minds of those who cared for her. I'm the taste of tears spilt for the unsaid and the undone. I'm the terror of she who failed to turn the tide of fate and who refuses to look truth in the face. I'm as real as the human passions that bring worlds to ruin. If you are Theodora, then tell me, who really killed you? Oh, wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? I don't even know which would be more satisfying, to give you an honest answer or leave you to languish in your ignorance. We'll see how you conduct yourself, little boy. And what do you want with me? What were you waiting for me for? Theodora wearily rolls her eyes. Matters are so dire that the pleas of one of my servants breached death's veil to reach my ears. How could I ignore such a desperate cry for help, and from my little Adira, no less? And once I appeared here, of course, I had to meet the pretender who has allowed this deplorable state of affairs. I am sorry we could not help you, but you do not belong here. Theodora tosses her head back and laughs. The scar in her throat opens with a wet sucking noise, curving into a horrible facsimile of a smile. He feels sorry for me. Wretched, spineless creature. No, the only ones that worthy of pity here is you, boy. But do not expect any. I am not here to console you. Oh no! I am here to seek retribution against all who failed me. My brainless crew, my useless officers, my pathetic servants, who turned their backs on their mistress in her darkest hour. And worst of all, you, my dear heir. You who have undeservedly claimed the warrant and everything else that is mine. I will drag it all to the warp with me, including you. Oh, it's such a good thing we were convinced to kill the crew that were spreading rumors they saw Theodora earlier.
I
The
didn't...
lines on the screen look fuzzy as though the cogitator's readout system or data storage has been damaged. The people's remains have been hideously mutilated. The flesh seems to have melted at the edges and is thickly coated in stinking mucus. The wall lining is dented as though someone tried to break their way out. Labored, stuttered growls and periodic rattling comes from beneath the casing.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see.
Friggin' voice. I have some regrets about that voice. Only darkness can be seen in the open breach of the macro cannon. A huge shell ready to be loaded into the macro cannon breach. Yo, my weak little guns in those ship-to-ship battles, these are the bullets I'm firing? Well, that puts it into a new scale perspective. Where is she? I clearly remember her being around here somewhere. A spilt liquid, cloudy and carrying a strong chemical smell. It is the coolant used to stabilize the major cogitator systems.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Ah, there you are, my little coward. Why don't you look at your captain, Adira? It's wrong. It's all wrong. Look at her, boy. My little Adira is utterly trapped in her visions. No matter. I will allay your doubts. Lord Captain, Adira turns her head to you, but her demented gaze only rests briefly on your face before sliding away. Up close, you can see the base of one of Adira's temples implants has blackened and melted. No, wait, Lord Captain? Lady Von Valancius! Adira raises her eyes to Theodora, who stands before her, tears streaming down Adira's cheeks. You came back. Theodora clucks her tongue in sympathy, reaching out to tenderly stroke Adira's hair. Poor little Adira. There, there. How could I not come? You were crying for me so desperately. Your pleas carried to the very depths of the warp itself. The smile suddenly drops from her mutilated face. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you warn me? Answer me, you insignificant wretch, or I'll drag the answer out of you myself. Theodora's fingers dig into Adira's scalp, meeting no resistance. Adira lets out a soul-chilling howl and tries to grab the hand tearing into her, but her fingers pass through the monster's flesh. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that could have anything to do with you. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I failed. Adira breaks into a Adira breaks into a strangled scream, and you feel the air around you grow rapidly colder. That cry though. Argenta wordlessly swings her weapon up and aims it at Adira, who is struggling in the monster's hold. The Sister of Battle looks at her without an ounce of doubt or mercy.